just after Deborah's 1:30 news, Steve Hilton, the leading candidate for governor. He's a Republican. And, of course, we have a jungle primary where all the Democrats and Republicans all are together on a list June 2nd, and you choose. Top two go on to November. And right now, Steve Hilton is number one. And we'll talk to Steve, and we're going to talk to him specifically. We're going to start out at least talking specifically about Gavin Newsom's care court. And he, about 3 years ago, made a huge media splash that he was going to get some of the most seriously mentally ill homeless people off the street once and for all. And with the care court, you or law enforcement can bring the crazy person in off the street before the court, and eventually the judge will decide to send him for treatment indoors, locked up. That's the way it was presented to us. And he started spending money. And over the years, since 2022, so we're talking not even 4 full years, they have spent $424 million. $424 million. Let this sink in. Do you know how many people were actually ordered by the court to go to a mental health center? 22. 22 for $424 million. And then yesterday, Newsom announced that they're going to spend another $291 million. 424 plus 291. What does that get you? That gets you $715 million. $715 million spent. 22. There were 684 treatment agreements, but those are voluntary promises to seek care. They're not enforceable. And nobody has any data on how many of the 684 who agreed to go and get mental health treatment ever went through the front door once, and how many of them stayed. And how many? They're shoveling out almost $750 million on a program that's mostly voluntary with no public follow-up. And then at a press briefing yesterday, he was blaming counties like San Francisco and Santa Clara for screwing up the program. In fact, he had a list of 10 counties he's putting on an improvement list. This is after 4 years of blowing. See, what he's trying to do is trying to preempt all the criticism that he deserves and that he's going to get when he continues to run for president. Right now, he's running for president mostly in his own head. But eventually he's going to be touring the country, actively saying, I want to be president. Now he's it's hidden behind his book tour. And it's hidden behind these press conferences where he's trying to look at the most incendiary issues and say, okay, how do I tamp this one down? Because when he gets asked by reporters in other states who don't know any better, he's going to say, well, I just had a press briefing where we talked about how the counties are misappropriating the money, and they've been put on notice. They've put on a list that we're not going to tolerate. Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Well, here's what you have to know. $424 million spent, plus $291 million that will be spent. The number of court-ordered mental patients forced to go into treatment, 22. Hold on. Let me get a calculator here. Where's my calculator on my phone here? Here it is. Okay. 715 million. I can't even type on a calculator. 715 million divided by 22. So we are spending $32.5 million for every court-ordered mental patient to go into treatment. Believe this? And he's running on this. Steve Hilton's going to come on next to talk about it. And after 4 o'clock, David Allen Funston. He benefited from Newsom signing a law which allows serial child rapists to be set free at the age of 50. And Funston got parole from Newsom's parole board. We'll give you all the details coming up.